how this guy actually does it. So again, I mean, guys, man, you need to actually just go to the cinema just to see this. Even for those action scenes, it's worth the admission. It's worth the admission for those two action scenes, Denzel and Gary Oldman, but I'll get to that at the end. So I think the problem now lies is that we now have Mila Kunis, who plays as a Solara character, and her mother is obviously some sort of like a servant or like a maid, a mistress of Gary Oldman's character. And Solara, obviously, she basically has to basically do anything that Carnegie wants. And once Carnegie sees this Eli guy, he basically wants him to stay and everything. But basically, I mean, like, blah, 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 blah. We now have a situation where Carnegie knows that Denzel's character has the Bible. And I think, obviously, and also this is now where the film now really gets its juices going. But I think this bit, it was a bit too slow because, again, for these reasons, Mila Kunis, she's just not that strong an actress. I mean, she's better than most, and she surprised me because there were a few scenes where, she did pretty well, but as a whole, she really can't hold her own against someone like Denzel. And those scenes with her and Denzel were crucial because, again, these are important story scenes and important dramatic scenes. And because obviously there was a scene when like he was telling her about giving her like a reading from the Bible, and she had to sell to the audience that she doesn't know how to read, she's not well educated, but she is interested into this whole Bible thing. And I don't feel like if she sold that well, which is why I think that was important to cast that well. And I can't really blame the Hughes brothers because they originally wanted Kristen Stewart, and Kristen Stewart is obviously from Twilight fame. And watching bits of Twilight, she's a better actress than Mila Kunis, like hands down, and should have done a better job than Mila Kunis. But fair enough, it is what it is. So I thought that like this bit in time, I think it was just a bit too slowly done, and I think maybe it was to do with her acting or maybe different directorial decisions. I don't know, but it just felt a bit too slow. That was just my view, because it felt too much of a contrast to the hardcore and high intensity that we had just seen in the first 50 minutes of the film. So obviously the next stage now, we now have Carnegie, who now knows through the Solara character that Eli has the Bible, and he now gets his crew to try and get this Bible of Eli. And now in the other kind of the second half of the film, we now have Solara joining the Eli character, and they are both running away from Carnegie and his crew who are trying to get this Bible back. And this bit has its ups and downs. Again, there's another important scene, very important scene, when Eli starts to talk to Solara about the past and about how he actually got the Bible in the first place, and how it's like the only Bible left in print, and a voice told him that boom boom boom, I have to go and told him where this Bible was, the very last Bible in print, after all the Bibles were burnt, because it was believed that because of religion that the Bibles were burnt. Sorry, they said that it was because of religion that the wars began in the first place. So all Bibles were burnt due to that. But there was one Bible which Denzel's character was led towards via a voice within him. So I mean, that's very interesting to think that, oh wow, man. So, and like he's been saying, he's been going on this journey on foot for 30 years, 30 winners. So that just adds a bit more depth to his character, and obviously that's very interesting, and you'd like to know more. And I felt that okay, it's good to keep that ambiguous, but it just felt like, I don't know, it felt like there just needed to be much more of a hard edge. And once we now got into the final act, where we saw this crazy couple, I think Michael Gambon and Francis De La Tour, or this crazy old couple who wield guns, you're like, okay, I mean, obviously it was interesting, and that scene was obviously very well done, very well shot, but I just felt that scene when Denzel was talking about the previous war and his journey, I'm thinking that maybe part of the script or how to interpret the script, I felt like the film should have gone a different way. Like finishing the film, and obviously listen, look, guys say that okay, the ending is a bit too far fetched. Again, spoilers are here, so look, you have to watch the film, y'all. Yes, he could have memorized. If you've been reading a book for 30 years, yes, you can memorize the damn book, which he did, and then he then recited it back to Malcolm McDowell's character in the library, and that's very possible. And he said, yeah, it's been a bit beat up, so he doesn't know all the words that are there. So yeah, it's very plausible. Okay, come on, guys, it's a damn movie. Next thing, so he was blind all the time. Yeah, the way he fought those guys, the way he got that thing from shot the bird from the sky with a bow and arrow, the way he shot the MCAT, he did it all by sound and by senses. So trust me, it's very plausible that yes, he was blind all the time and he did memorize the whole of the Bible. So, but for me, like, I mean, the twist was, I mean, for me, that wasn't really what I came out of the film was like, oh man, twist to the twist. The twist was not really what was in my head. What was in my head was like, this movie could have been, we're talking about a true classic. Because look, guys, I mean, that's what Gary Oldman on top form again. You know, I mean, what's it called? Gary Oldman was on top form again. I mean, he was like, I mean, Gary Oldman was just like flipping amazing, but really, the directing and the story, and I mean, obviously, I've got to give props to Gary Ritchie because there are, it's almost a bit like Daybreakers, but this one, so there are so many interesting elements to the story that you feel like it. Why weren't these expanded upon? Why weren't these expanded upon? I just wanted to know more about that previous war. Like maybe when Eli is going on his journey, we see books, we see like cathedrals, churches, places that give you clues of what happened in the war, how the war came about, more clues of what Denzel's character was, you know, revealing more about him. Because obviously it was mysterious and everything, but I think the film should really focused on Eli, which is why I said from the very beginning, why is Mila Kunis in this thing? I mean, why? Because she was basically like a little sidekick, and again, I think somebody made a mention of it. It's like at one point she looked like if she was wearing Gucci, and this is the post-apocalyptic times, and it looked like if she was wearing Gucci with like a fur coat or something like that. I mean, come on, you can't look good in war times, you know, like end of the world times. So I just felt like, hey, look, man, this thing should just be about Eli, this guy going on his own, and his experiences that he has, you know, the people that he meets, you know, the people that he sees, the different scuffles he goes in, maybe getting held, maybe getting tortured in some places. I mean, we needed to see more, which is why I say, look, guys, I would really like for Gary Waiter to actually get a prequel for this thing, because I think something like this thing, I feel like if they might be like a fan base for this thing, I think guys would want to know that, man, this Eli guy, because this Eli guy, he's a very interesting character. You have a very interesting character here, and I think that there's room for a prequel, because he's been going, he had this journey for 30 winters and everything, because obviously he actually died at the end of this film. So the only way is if we have a prequel and see more of his character, the kinds of things that he went through, because look, man, those were some crazy action scenes, man. I mean, and the character itself, he doesn't say much, and there was just a very, very powerful aura about it. It was almost a bit like, I mean, I was talking to this with Elements. I mean, there's a bit of Fist in there. It's not really quite like Fist, but you can see that there's a bit of Fist of the North Star in there, and obviously, like, people say, oh, this is like the road. No, the road is like Mad Max. This is like Mad Max. Anything that's post-apocalyptic times with dust and all this stuff is Mad Max, because Mad Max was such a definitive and original creation. So, I mean, no. So, it's basically, yeah, it is like Mad Max, but it's its own thing. Same as The Road. I've already seen some scenes of it. It's its own thing. So, I mean, all in all, to conclude, watch the film. Watch the film. Yes, it's not perfect. Yes, there are bits where like, it is not a Bible bashing film. It is not promoting Christianity. So don't believe what idiots say that, oh, this is just promoting religion. No. Has religion in it. It's the theme of the film, but it does not promote it. It is still a film that atheists, and I know atheists who have watched the film and said, wow, I've actually enjoyed the film because it's not promoting the Bible. Watch the film for the action scenes, incredible action scenes, very well directed by the Hughes brothers. Gary Oldman, amazing. Denzel Washington, amazing. And it's a good flick. Peace.